This is the northernmost tip of the USA, where men are men and women are scarce. Americans call Alaska the last frontier. 500,000 square miles of wilderness either side of the Arctic Circle. An astonishing place for wildlife. So we're not the only fishermen around here. In the short summer months, melting ice from the glaciers provides a spawning grounds for millions of Pacific salmon. And that's what the bears are here after. Unlike the Atlantic salmon, there are 5 different species. Pinks, silvers, chum, and sockeye, the favourite eating fish, the one you find on your supermarket shelves. And by no means least, king salmon, which are the biggest you'll ever see. The world record belongs to Les Anderson, who caught this monster in 1985. When he finally got around to weighing it, it scaled 97 pounds, 4 ounces. What a size.
There was a tremendous loss of blood when we put it in the boat, and then we air dried it on the back of this flatbed truck hauling it around. And of course I wouldn't have done it had I known that I was competing for a new world's record.
Well, from one world champion to another, well done.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, let's see if we can catch some kings ourselves now. We're off to the mighty Kenai River, 150 miles to the south of Anchorage. An absolute dream this is. 2,000 kings and 20 times as many sockeye can run up here any day. Families come from all over the States and Europe for that matter for this midsummer festival of fishing. $50 for a license at any tackle shop, and the Kenai is yours for the entire season. That's a nice fish, 8 or 9 pound, that, isn't it? Oh, they get tangled up a little bit, but that's part of the fun, really. Particularly if you were to hook one of the bigger fish and it starts charging up and down the river, you may take everybody's gear with you. I've seen it a lot whiter than this. When the water's lower, it obviously gets whiter, but it's big water now, so it's a bit thinned down. So it's got that lovely bluey-green tint to it. But you still can't see through it, and the fish swim blind all the way through the river. She's chasing. Got it! By George, she's got it. I think she's got it. Where you from?
Texas. You missed him.
I thought you would have been. I thought you guys from Texas would have been after the big kings.
Well, yeah, that's a lot of fun.
It's a nice fish.
Yeah, thank you, Bob.
Nice fish.
You did a hell of a job. Oh, yeah.
Further downstream around Eagle Creek was the best place for the kings, or Chinook to give them their Indian name. They spend up to 5 years feeding at sea. That's why they're so big. And this one's a real beauty.
You see the color of that fish? That's called a Kenai leatherbelly. He's a little bit bronze. When they lift that fish out of the water, look right towards the fin in front of the tail. You see it have sea lice. That fish just came in out of the ocean, but he's also got a little, see the color of it now? It's a little bit different than the normal bronze fish. That's about 38, 40 pounds. Nice fish, isn't it? David, Stephanie just called in. Yesterday, new record for the river, 2,105 kings came in. Hey, even you ought to catch a fish today. May not be here yet, but they'll be here after a while. Keep fishing.
The sockeye are already here. They keep rolling in close to the bank. Much smaller, but great fighters.
Nice fish, thumbs up.
Now imagine this in Britain, where the salmon catches are down. State officials are begging Alaskans to net 85,000 sockeye because there are so many. So freezers full of salmon, but don't they get sick of it?
No. With king salmon, you pretty much eat it like a roast or barbecued with lemon and onion. But with the red salmon, a lot of people smoke all of their salmon and they can it, like tuna. But you can make anything with fish that you can with beef. We make everything. We make sausage, meatloaf, quiche, souffle, soup, everything you can imagine you can make with fish. And we do it. And you don't get sick of it. I don't get sick of it.
You can do it two ways. You can take a commercial jet into king salmon, and then we fly you with seaplanes out of there. Or if you go to our Kulik Lodge or Grosvenor Lodges, you fly into our private airstrip here at Kulik. We have
If it's solitude you're after, and you want to experience Alaska's enormous interior of mountains and lakes and tundra, and they're the bits that fascinate me, old Ray Peterson's the man to fix it. He started flying here way back in the 30s.
At that time, there was no radio communication. When you started on a 300-mile trip across the mountains, you had to second guess the weather. And most of the area in the mountain areas, a good part of the territory of Alaska at that time, the maps showed unsurveyed. So you had great big blank spaces on the maps. So you had to know the country and flying it.
And if anything went wrong, there's nobody to come and bring you out.
There was no 10th rescue around
Did
to
you ever
rescue
have to
you.
walk out of anywhere where you didn't think
I
you were
never
gonna make
walked out, and a smart man never walked. He stayed with his airplane until he was found. I flew through those passes for years and never knew what was 5 miles off the beaten path, because I knew if I had an engine failure, I wanted people to find me. You'd get 5 or 10 miles off route and they'd never find you. Nothing like being a little bit afraid, you know.
Well, Ray's lived to a ripe old age, so he should know. Dozens of float planes fly into Kulik Lodge every day of the season, full of international fishermen on the trail of salmon, lake and wild rainbow trout, for which these waters are equally famous. The Petersons established their base out here towards the Aleutian Islands before Katmai was declared a national park. It's bears, not people, who have the right of way at Brooks. You get a bit of a shock when you get here, and it's a bit unnerving, I can tell you.
Walking through the woods here, it's very possible we could encounter a bear. So we need to make a little bit of noise, stay together as a group. If we should encounter a bear close, we want to stay together, wave our arms, clap our hands a little bit, let him know that we are people. But for sure, never run. It's the worst thing to do.
And don't climb trees.
Don't climb the tree.
Because the bears climb better than you.
Well, the brown bear is not a good tree climber, but before you could get very far, he may catch you.
Perry, when we were coming over that last 50 yards before we got here, it really was scary.
Were you scared?
With all that long grass on your left-hand side, and you start calling bear, go away.
Well,
and then when you suddenly appear here and you look at this, I mean,
you can
there
see
are
why.
10 bears here.
Sure, you can see why I have a tendency to make a little bit of noise as we get near to this area.
It's lovely to see the salmon going up as well.
It's fantastic. This is the best time of year to be here, and you won't often see this many bears at the falls. There's another one approaching from the rear here.
From the rear? Oh, hell, aye, there he goes up. He's chasing that one off. Of course, that's only a little one. It's unbelievable. I mean, you can't believe it, can you? He's put it down in the water. He's just bitten half that off, look. Look at that. He's demolishing that in double quick time, isn't he?
Oh, sure.
What would happen if like that bear there had come in through the door? Have you got a gun? Could you protect this? Or me? Could you protect me?
I couldn't do much, I'm afraid. We're not allowed to carry guns in the park. The National Park Service, the rangers carry guns on occasion when they feel it's necessary, but as visitors, you
take a risk of coming here.
You take a risk. You go at your own risk.
That makes me feel great.
Well, in the last 40 years, we've had one incident here in the park. There was a fellow in the campground years ago in the 60s who had been fishing and wiping his hands on his pants, and he went to sleep on the ground without a tent, and the bear came up and perhaps smelled his clothes, and he bit him in the butt and started to take him into the woods, and the man thrashed about and made some noise, and the bear dropped him and let him be. But that is the only incident we've ever had here. No one's ever been killed by a bear here in Katmai. This is their main source of food, and they get a high protein diet, and as a result these bears grow much larger than the inland brown bears who exist on carrion whatever they can find, plants and small animals. But they're all sockeye salmon.
So far, Bruin and his friends are 50 miles away from our fishing lodge.
Oh, good! We saw a couple moose over here.
But as soon as the sockeye and the silvers arrive, they'll be on the scent, you can be sure.
Well, when I stayed out here kind of caretaking until November one year, the bears, they come into camp because it's real quiet here. You know, there's no noise, and there's food smells from the summertime, you know, from people cooking in the kitchen. And they come around and start investigating the cabins. They will break into these cabins. They can break a window. I mean, a window is nothing to a bear. I was laying in bed one night and I heard the bear sniffing by my bedroom window. And we don't let them stay in camp. You know, we try to scare them out of here. So I got up and I came to the front door, and there was a spotlight out on the front porch. So I opened the door to grab the spotlight, and I turned the light on, and the bear was standing on the porch looking at me. So I screamed at the bear, and we both kind of went our own directions. It ran for the brush, and I shut the door real fast.
For hundreds of years, only the Eskimos knew about this huge river system. It's called the Alagnac, or Branch River, and it flows into Bristol Bay not far from Japan and the Soviet Union. We had to wait for the overnight floods to drop, and then Terry, the sound recordist, was the first to strike. Oh, what a cracker of a fish. You get this one aboard, you'll never forget it. Look at him, Boris Silver. Bloody hell. Don't go mad with him. You got him? What a corker. Well done, Terry. What can one say? Let's have a look. It's a good fish. Oh, he's a bonny one, that. Yeah, keep him.
You want to keep him?
Keep him, yeah.
Keep him?
And blow me, it was Tony Francis, the producer, next. He's never fished in his life. And after 20 minutes of dangling a line off the side of the boat, He hooked an even bigger king than Terry. 37 pounds, this one. He's very surprised. I'll tell you what, some good fun this morning. Fantastic. Terrific fishing. Wonderful stuff. Time to move upriver. I've fished all over Britain and Norway, and I haven't exactly covered myself in glory. Well, that's all about to change. First fish ever! Great stuff. He's a long way from being landed yet, mind. This is what you come all the way to Alaska for, to catch a king salmon. Absolutely wonderful. It's about the fourth one I've ever caught. The biggest I caught is about 54 pounds. This one's somewhere around about 35, 40, but he's lovely. Hoo-wee! Does it come out? Look at this! Look at that! Good God, man! Let's have a look. I haven't seen him myself yet. Let's have a look at him. I haven't seen him. What's he weigh, do you think? 30, 40, 30?
25, 27.
Oh, what a magnificent fish. Bloody hell. Let him go. Oh, it breaks me heart to let a fish like that go. Beautiful, lovely bar of silver, fresh off the tide. But there shall be more.
We've got a 37-pound king here that we've just got done filleting, and these are the fillets off of that fish. We're gonna just kind of clean them up after we've got them all filleted out. Then we package them up here in plastic bags and take them back to the camp and freeze it up and get it all prepared and box it up for the folks to take home with them. I'm very fond of this river. This river's been real good to me. We've caught a lot of fish down here. It's I've fished it for 4 years, and it's just been an excellent river. It's got lots and lots of wonderful, wonderful fish and wonderful, wonderful times for a lot of folks down here.
Have a look. Yeah, he's a chum fish. Well, this is what I want to film anyway. It's a chum. Chum salmon. These are the ones what they call the dogfish. A chum. This is one I was going to fish for with a fly later on. You ready? There you are. Oops. Let's have a look at him before you put him back. For the camera. Chum salmon. Oops. Chum salmon. There he goes. The chums, they call them dog salmon here. They're not very keen on eating them, but the Japanese love them for some reason or other. In fact, chum salmon caviar is a big favourite over there. They pay £10 a tin for it. They're the only people I know who eat salmon raw. While we're talking of the Japanese, they've had the commercial fishermen on strike in Alaska over the last few weeks.
The Bristol Bay area, they just got through with the strike because of the processors and the canneries were not paying the commercial boys what they should be getting. The canneries were only paying them 47 cents a pound, and that's why they went on strike.
So if you caught a big spring, one of these kings we caught today, like 20-pounder, the commercial fishermen will get $10 for it.
Yeah, versus last year it was $1 a pound, and 2 years ago it was $2 a pound.
So it's going down in price.
That's because the Japanese have such a handle on the market. They own everything, all the canneries and the processing boats, and they're the ones that set the prices.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. What would he be? 25 pounds. Let's have a good look at him before you put him back. Isn't that lovely? Let the 25, 26 pound fish go. Just let him go. Dear, 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 dear. Actually, you're only allowed to take home 1 king a day anyway. Unless, of course, you're a native.
The natives are allowed to subsistence fish on the river. Actually, there's only two, a fellow and his wife, John Talek and Mary, and they're the only ones that are allowed to subsistence fish on this river anymore. They're kind of the last of the Mohicans, so to speak. They live, for the summer, they spend about 4 months up on the river here, just above us about 3-4 miles, and they're allowed to take as many fish as they can catch in the season. But they don't overdo it. They fillet the meat off of the carcasses, and the carcasses go to the dogs, and the meat, and they then keep for themselves.
Do you eat of this yourself?
No, the dogs eat only.
Just the dogs.
Yeah, the dogs.
The stuff in the smokery, you got a smokehouse over there. You eat that?
Yeah, right.
It looks good in there, actually. I like smoked salmon.
Yeah?
Is it cold and lonely here for you in the winter?
No, it's not too cold. If you get used to it, you learn how to take care of yourself.
John, this is the middle of summer, and I'm absolutely freezing.
Yeah, you got light blood, that's why.
Too soft.
Too soft.
You're quite right.
Brooks, Kulik. Hey, good afternoon, Ann. We're still working on the Charlton group departing Kulik 6 o'clock, and I need to know, will someone pick them up in Soldotna, okay?
Goodbye, John Tillich-Pallock and Mary. I decided to finish my stay with a quiet afternoon on the Kenai. No pot of gold for me, but good news from Brooks, where Bruin has at last held a catch. Lovely. See you next week.